I love municipal bonds. Municipal bonds are really fun. Fun, 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 fun. Municipal bonds confidential.
Just as the municipal bonds industrial complex has in recent years and decades created weird and funky municipal bonds that now pollute the U.S. muni markets, behind it all there have been just as many examples of weird and funky individuals and power players whose motives and actions range from outright self-interest and greed, perhaps just in order to secure that Wall Street bonus and purchase that Hamptons Beach house, to those whose primary job does not include any concern whatever for the safety of municipal bond investors, nor brighten the overall and long-term outlook of U.S. public finance, and to those who play the political game for unique purposes and goals. The confidential truth is that not all these weird and funky power players are from Wall Street. Washington, D.C. and the halls of Congress have produced their fair share. Does everyone know Senator John Kennedy? No, not that one. This one. This is Senator John Kennedy. Senator John N. Kennedy, Jr., U.S. Senator from the state of Louisiana. If you did not know, yes, there is a Senator John Kennedy currently in Congress. For real. Interesting footnote on this Senator John Kennedy is that before he finally won congressional office in 2016, he was Louisiana's state treasurer. John Kennedy was Louisiana state treasurer for more than 16 years. I have previously made clear my disdain for state treasurers. As a group they are financial imbeciles and buffoons. Here is a recent picture of state treasurers at their end-of-year winter convention. The only hope in regards to state treasurers is that, given time, they actually learn something about public finance, and municipal bonds, and the muni markets before they leave office. Unfortunately, most state treasurers usually term out, are voted out, or move on to other political positions before they understand anything about public finance or the muni markets, or accomplish anything of value. I will discuss state treasurers in more detail in future episodes. Anyway, to his credit, this Senator Kennedy came to Washington and did make some noise about public finance and municipal bonds. However, even after having 16 years as a state treasurer to learn about things, and have meaningful ideas on what to do when he came to Washington, basically, all he called for was for better representation for the public and state treasurers in muni industry leadership roles. State treasurers have always complained about having little power. It's a thing. And this is where the backstory begins. You perhaps have not heard of, nor have little knowledge of a congressionally created, uniquely powerful and well-funded self-regulatory organization called the Municipal Securities Rulemaking Board. Or MSRB. I will discuss them in future episodes. The point is that the recently appointed new vice chair of this organization is Meredith Hathorn, a bond lawyer from New Orleans, Louisiana. Very interesting. Senator John N. Kennedy was also a bond lawyer in New Orleans, Louisiana. Interesting. Curious if Senator Kennedy and Meredith Hathorn worked together on Louisiana bond deals. Curious if they are in the same bond attorneys club. Yes, there are clubs for bond lawyers. There are actually many of them. Did Senator Kennedy of Louisiana rattle enough cages to get Louisiana representation at the MSRB? If so, tip of the Captain Municipal Bonds furry hat to you, sir. Well done. But this New Orleans, Louisiana backstory gets even better. Did anyone notice President Biden's pick to manage the $1 trillion infrastructure spending package? Mitch Landrieu was the pick. He's in charge. The interesting twist is that Mitch Landrieu is also a lawyer from New Orleans, Louisiana, as well as its former mayor. It seems that all the while through the pandemic state governors were throwing insults at each other. Political players from New Orleans, Louisiana were positioning themselves in leadership roles of the public finance process and the $1 trillion infrastructure spending package. Is it fair and reasonable to think money will be flowing to Louisiana and New Orleans? And if federal money flows, Louisiana and New Orleans municipal bonds will soon follow. We just better hope that this Mitch Landrieu is not a Harvard genius. Oh boy. Just checked. He has a Harvard certificate. That's not good. Next on Municipal Bonds Confidential. The cult that is the Harvard Kennedy School of Government.
I love municipal bonds. Municipal bonds are really fun. Fun, 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 fun. Bonds Confidential.